Hi, I'm Jenny. Welcome to my channel where we focus on using ordinary materials to make beautiful things. It's a Motivational Monday. Yay! And let me tell you guys, I need some motivation today. It's been quite the week at our house. There's been drama with exes. There's been negative news on the health front for family members. There's been the loss of a pet. It's just been a tough week. So my quote this week is meant to address overcoming that tough week. And it's do the best you can with what you have where you are. And I feel like this kind of addresses everything. Just do the best you can. Take what you have, do the best you can where you're at. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do the best we can with what we have where we are. So last week we did this really cute green one with the, all the cool little strawberries and the green, and that was a fun collage. I enjoyed that with the pocket and everything on it. So I'm happy looking back at that. Sometimes, I open the book and I'm like, maybe not so much, but this week I opened it and I really like it. So the page that we have to work on this week was just scrap paper from a packet that I bought at the thrift store. Is just a packet of assorted scrapbooking papers. And so it's a nice, heavy, pretty, stock, kind of, not quite cardstock, but heavier than paper. But it's a just married on this side, and I've been married a long time, so love my Lochinvar, but don't really need this paper. So I'm going to start by covering it with this piece of music paper, and I chose this one because it's not as the music isn't quite as dense, because I'm planning on drawing on it. So I think I just want something that's going to give me a background that's not plain, but I do want to, be able to draw on it a little bit. Trying to decide whether to cut a little bit off of each edge. Do I care if it's not really centered? Probably not. Okay, so I'm just going to start by gluing that down. So my plan today is to, since it's a pretty long a long thing that we're writing. Let me grab a magazine here and get under here while I'm gluing. Because what we're writing is pretty long, I'm going to write it first because I think it's going to cover most of the page. And then I'm going to do some drawing and decoration out around it. That's kind of my plan. So this week's page is going to be all about the message. I mean, it's usually about the message. I like the message. That's kind of the point of doing my Motivational Mondays. But sometimes then the message just isn't as big on the page, and then bright colors and other things are. So this time I think the message is going to be the focal point. So I'm just trying to get that glue all the way to the edge here. And let's see, I like this side because it has some writing on it where somebody's made notes. I want to get it as far up against those little holes that I punched as possible. I do have some washi tape. I thought I would wait until the end. I'm not sure which color I want to use. Might use the green to tie it in next to it. But I'm going to put here, of course, to cover the edges here, but probably a border the rest of the way around. So I'm going to wait until I am finished with my doodling, drawing, writing, all of that kind of stuff before I put that on. So let's just trim this up. I hope you guys are having a good week. I know it's Monday, so it's like, well, but the week hasn't really gotten underway. I hope you had a good week since the last Monday when I saw you for Motivational Monday. So things are going well, I hope. We've hit September now. And I realize that in some parts of the country, that means it's starting to feel like fall. Here in the Valley of the Sun, September is just not quite as hot. It's not really fall. Fall doesn't come here until like, November. And then we have a very short kind of fall, and a little bit of winter and a little bit of spring, and then it's kind of summer again. So just how it is. Next week, it'll be nice. We'll have this whole plain page to work with, and of course, next week then I'll probably just want to glue stuff all over it. We'll let next week's layout worry about, we'll let next week worry about next week's layout. That's what I meant to say. Okay, do the best you can with what you have where you are. So I want to start by writing that on here. I am just going to be using some alcohol markers. These are alcohol-based ink. They have a small tip on one end and then a broad chisel tip on the other end. They're Bianyo is the brand. I bought these on Amazon several years ago. It's been multiple years now. And there were I don't know, 40 of them, maybe 40 plus in a bag. So that was nice, and they've lasted pretty well. I like them a lot. And I mean, they do tend to, because they're alcohol markers, be pretty heavy, but I think with this behind it, it should be okay. On the other hand, if it goes through, we'll just cover it up next week. No big deal. So let's figure out where we're gonna place this. And we'll start with the lettering. And I think I can use some of these lines. So if we go between 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know. Do the best you can with what you have where you are. Maybe we could do that. Do the best you can. Do the best you can with what you have where you are. So that's 2 or 3 words per line. Do the best you can with what you have where you are. Okay, so let's try that. Best is gonna be longer. Okay. I thought maybe I could use these lines. I try to leave a little space so I can go back maybe and, fatten them up and kind of do some stuff to the letters maybe. I've been trying to work on my lettering, so I'm just going to start with a basic letter and then try to go back and do something with them. Do the best. And I think if we leave some space around and then we can kind of, fill in around them and then doodle and, draw some stuff in between, might be fun. Do the best. Let's see. You can. So let's start it here. Do the best you can with what you... I always have to count it out, you guys know. Takes me a minute. With what you have where have do the best you can with what you have where you are. All right, So I'm just going to kind of widen the tops and bottoms just to kind of make them fatter. Because I just want to show up. Let's see, is it going through? Curious. No, it's not. Yay. So I think now I just want to kind of go back and give this just a little more separation before I start, because I'm going to, you know, throw some flowers and stuff in here. I'm going to be doodling some stuff. So I just want to give this a really heavy kind of outline so that there is a large distinction between the lettering and what else is going on around it. Water. Okay, what shall we do now? Shall we, I'm trying to decide, do we want to fill in behind around the letters? Maybe different colors? Here's a nice little green. You know, I was thinking about drawing out around it, but I wonder if I color in around the letters. I wonder about cutting out, like putting some flowers and stuff out there that I've cut out. Maybe that would be fun. And then it would kind of be, you know, or maybe just bling. Maybe I should just put some bling out there. I like that color. Let's see. Do we have other colors that will go with that? Let me, is that this one? Nope, that's a different one. Here it is. Here's my color sheet. Let's see, that was G915, so that's this one. So what else would go with that? We could do the 902, which would be brighter. And maybe the 611, 611. I'm thinking maybe the 611 and the yellow 25. So green 611 and yellow 25. So let me find those. Okay, I'm back. I have greens, green 611 and yellow 25. So I was just thinking this one was the green 915. So maybe we'll just kind of do some different green kind of yellows around it. And that way then we can use the green plaid and kind of marry it to that green over there. I really love green. I love green with pink and yellow and orange and, you know, I mean, green and red, of course, at Christmas, but not Christmassy green so much. I just love shades of green. I feel like green is the color of life, you know. Green grass, green trees, green plants. I think that's why sometimes it's hard to live in the desert, because the desert isn't green a lot. You know, there are places that are green and there are times that are green, but not nearly as green as it is other places. So, and I come from the Smoky Mountains of East Tennessee, so I definitely grew up with green, all shades of green. But you bloom where you're planted, and that's what I'm trying to do, right? Okay, and then that's going to be back to the, try to kind of keep them in order here. Right, that's all colored in now. So I'm thinking that looks pretty good. I like that. It kind of ties over here, so I like that a lot. So now we have to decide whether or not I want to draw stuff around here, like just kind of doodle on the page, or if I want to grab some images and just put some little things around the page. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Let's flip back. Let's see. So we've done a lot of collage. We did some doodling on this one. So that's been 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, about a month ago. We did sort of that kind of there. Doodled around. But it's been a while other than that. So I'm thinking I like to doodle a little bit and probably do some coloring. So I think I'll just kind of work on that a little bit, and maybe I'll speed this up or kind of fade in and out and show you different places where I am, you know, to color, and then maybe we'll add some bling. I definitely think we're going to be using the green washi, probably all the way around as a border all the way around. Not sure. Now I'm thinking maybe not. Now I'm thinking maybe I should. Maybe I should second guessing myself. Oh no. Maybe I'm thinking maybe I should do something else, but maybe I'll just do a little bit of doodling and then make a decision about what else to do. Okay, so I'm going to start with that, and I think now I'm going to pick a couple of colors and kind of go around the outside edge and do a stripe, maybe two or three colors. Maybe in pinks. Let's see, there's a little bit of pink over here, so it might be nice pulling a little pink from there. I want two or three very distinct colors, so I'm thinking maybe the 105. These are more red. I don't know if I want bright pink. Maybe 607, 605, and 105. That one's more red. These are more pink. That pink is gone. That one's kind of a dusty pink. That would be okay maybe though. The dusty, the medium, and kind of the darker. So 213, 605, and 607. I'm going to use those to go around the edge. So let me grab those and then we'll get started with that. Okay, so I have those three. I have the 213, the 605, and the 607. So let's pick one of those and just get started. Skip every other one. If the colors you have are, you know, like a really pale, a medium, and a really dark, you could color the whole thing in the pale and then just go through and put in the medium and the dark. You could do that. These are a little different, so I don't think I want to do that. So I think I'll just kind of run through and do some stripes around here. So we'll get this done and see how that looks. Okay, so I've got the pink on there. And I'm feeling like I want to maybe grab a white, I was thinking about a paint marker, but I'm thinking a white gel pen maybe, and going around like highlighting some of this, the black here. So let's grab a gel pen and we'll do some of that. So I bought a new jelly roll. I have never had a jelly roll pen, but I thought it might be fun to try it out. Hopefully it's gonna work well on here. So I was thinking about just doing some, oh yeah, little circles on that outer edge, just little bubbles. And I'm not even like, you know, trying to make them neat. I'm just trying to do some little texture kind of around there. Oh, I like that a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna do think I'm going to do all of those, and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm liking that a lot. I like it's kind of just bubbly out around it. So I'm trying to decide whether I want to maybe try to, outline the letters in the white as well. I think that might look good. Then we got to figure out what I'm going to do out here in the edges. So I'm just gonna kind of give a rough outline here. Okay, I really like that. I think that gives it a little more personality, makes it a little more interesting. And I think I want to maybe just draw some leaves out around it. So I've pulled kind of a darker green, and I think I'm going to do that. Just kind of a little pattern. Not really sure how fat I want them. I want them to show up, so I guess they're going to have to be fairly thick. Maybe we'll come back and do the white around the edges on those as well, though, to lighten them up a little. Okay, the leaves are all in, and I did go back with the jelly roll and kind of do some outlining. I decided to color them in, so I think we're done with the doodling. I still like that we can see the music paper behind it. So before I start putting on embellishments like bling, bling, time for bling, I want to go ahead and put the washi tape on to cover this edge, and then we'll decide whether or not to frame out the whole thing or just the edge over here. But I do want to be sure to cover it. So let's get that down there. Oops. Always struggle with getting that straight. Could wrap it to the other side, but honestly the other side is very plain, and I think it'll just kind of stick out there. And fill this in right here. Let's see, I need a piece about that one. I don't know, I'm looking at the plaid thinking maybe we should take it all the way around. Wasn't sure. I was thinking I wanted to frame it all the way around, but then I wasn't sure. So, I don't know. Yeah, I think so. I think we'll just go all the way around with it. Figure out where the edge of my page is there. Probably should have just wrapped it. Oh, because now I got to figure out how to cut that little piece off. Sorry, flip it around here. Don't want to cut my strings. Did I get it? Oh, I think I cut part of the, oh well. That'll be okay. That'll be all right. Didn't quite get it straight here, so. You know, if you don't quite get it straight, just trim. Okay, that's what scissors are for. Okay, turn it back around here. Maybe we get it right side up. All right. These two sides shouldn't be as difficult. Hopefully, she says. Okay, One more this way. I know I turned it every which way. I like this binding in that it makes it really loose while you're working on it, but it's kind of a double-edged sword. You're like, oh, it's really loose, so I can move it around and work on it. And then you're like, oh, it's really loose, so it's moving around a lot. So, oh, it almost cut off the U there, didn't it? That's not good. Maybe we should move that over a little bit. Yep, and that piece is not going to be sticky anymore. See, when I said this, I didn't realize how close to the edge I was over here. Okay. All right. So it's not going to be even. Oh well. Oh well. What do you think? Should we go ahead and wrap it? I wasn't going to, but it's the whole edge, right? Since it's the whole edge, maybe we should. We'll just go ahead and wrap it. The other option is to cut it off, and I'm not sure I'll be able to cut it very straight. Like that. You have a little bit up here to trim. Okie dokie. Okie dokie artichoke. Okay, back to where we were. All right, doesn't quite even out, but that's okay. It's all right. We're gonna roll with it. We're just gonna roll with it because I have jewels, and jewels make everything okay. So I have these light pink jewels. I have some pearls, if I can get them out. I have some darker pearls. I have some lighter pearls. Those are kind of stuck to it. Let's see. Maybe we'll use the pearls today. I have some more darker ones over here too. So if we run out of dark, let's see, what do we want to do with them? We could emphasize the lines from the music, or we could just put some between words. That was a little off kilter. Okie dokie. Maybe we'll put some along here to cover up where I took that washi tape off, because it kind of tore some of that a little bit. So that might be a good idea. I'm gonna cover up my washi mistake there. So that looks nice. Maybe some over here as a counterbalance. Maybe along this line where the washi tape didn't quite cover. That's kind of nice, kind of spread out there. All right, what about the light pink ones? Should we do those on some of the letters? Like all the O's, maybe anytime there's an O. That one, I kind of like that. Could do them in others. We could do them in A's and all of that as well, but do the O's first here. Do the best you can with what you have, where you are. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the A's as well. O's and A's, those seem like good choices. Just add a little something. And I have a couple of little dragonflies that I came across when I was pulling out the bling. Found it in my little drawer there. Now that's all stuck to me. Do the best you can with what you have where you are. Did we skip any? I don't think so. So I've got these two cute little dragonflies. They're actually iron-ons. They're like little patches, like you would iron them on. But I was thinking maybe on the leaves, like one down here, kind of, and then maybe one up here. I think that would be cute. So I plugged in my hot glue gun. So hopefully that's ready. Looks like it might be. Kind of pointing inward there. Maybe should have put a little pearl down there, huh? And then this one too. Oh, lay your finger in the hot glue, Jenny. That's not good. There we go. There we go, there we go. Okay, so we've got some iridescent dragonflies. Oops, that one doesn't want to stay. Oh, take that. Take that, Pearl. Let's see. What else do I have? I have this little doohickey, but I'm not really sure. What do we think? Should we put something there, or is that overkill? I think that might actually be overkill, believe it or not. Okay, this one's all about the message. So this week is do the best you can with what you have where you are. If you have enjoyed this video, which I really hope you have, please give me a like, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I'd really love to hear from you. I enjoy talking to you online. To hear about what kinds of things you like to do in your journals. Hopefully you have a motivational journal that you're playing along. And until next time, remember, use what you have to make your life more beautiful. Bye.